Alright. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a Sigma Ultimate guide to make sure you're not getting stunned out of it like I just did there, but you know, you're not getting stunned out of it, you're getting massive value, always getting some kills. So here are my major tips for getting success with Sigma's Ultimate. So first of all, let's go over the general mechanics of Sigma's ult. So his general mechanics that you should note are the initial lift does 50 damage, and the slam does 50% of a character's max HP. So a lot of damage doing potential there. The ultimate can be cancelled by being stunned or killed before the slam animation, and you can throw 1 to 2 volleys of hyperspheres before you slam them down, so you can confirm kills on squishy targets. You have 5 seconds to confirm where you want your ult to go, and the ult itself has a 7-meter radius. Targets are suspended for 2 seconds before being slammed down, and the ultimate can be triggered from a long distance. You can really stay in a safe place while using it because you can throw it really far away. You can have shield out during your ult, but you can only recall the shield during the lift up animation, and it can be used to cancel your kinetic grasp cooldown. And then next, so those are just the general mechanics of Sigma's ult and what it does. So the characters you want to be looking to pair yourself with, in your pre-match phase is probably Orisa. Orisa is obviously your best tank duo because Pull Sigma ult is probably the freest combo you'll ever get. Another niche combo, because this is like a ranked thing, because obviously Ham and Sig is not a very good tank combination in high level play, but in ranked it's pretty good because Hammond and Sig can both fend for themselves. They don't really need to rely on anyone else. They can both do their own thing. And the Hammond pile driver into Sig ult combo is quite good because the pile drive locks people in that, they locks their movement because they're in the air, and you get a free Sig ult onto them. And then the last one is Doomfist with his Meteor Strike, because it is Sig ult plus Doom ult is a one-hit kill on any hero, because Doom ult does a maximum of 300 damage, and Sig ult does a maximum of 300 damage. So Roadhog 600 HP, that's a kill. It kills every hero in the game. So main priorities with Sig ult is you want to basically confirm 1 kill, always. Because Sigma's ult is way too powerful to not get any kills. It does way too much damage, way too much, crowd control and damage just to not getting killed. And it charges pretty slowly if you're not playing a comp or the enemy is not running like a deathball comp where you're going to get your ult in like 2 seconds. But or if you can't confirm a kill, the best thing you can do is bait enemy defensive ults, which can help your Genji or your Zarya, get a free grav or Blade next fight, because with good aim and target prioritization, Sigma can charge his ult surprisingly quickly because of the AoE splash damage he does with his orbs. And the last priority is don't die. You want to make sure you're going to be casting that slam because it does way too much damage and it's too good. So the ways to get around that are, as I'm going to talk about later, bait cooldowns, but pre-shield in the air to avoid stuns and poke damage. So first, with Sigma's ult, 3 easy steps. So you want to bait cooldowns. You want to bait cooldowns that can escape Sigma ult. So all the ones that, the main ones are Immortality, Mora Fade, Reaper Shift, May Ice Block, Orisa Gold, Zarya Bubbles, and defensive ults. But in general, you'd want to be, because you're not going to get much value if you don't bait those cooldowns out, because then your ult does no damage. So then the second thing is who to target. So mostly, I want to be targeting squishy heroes, because you can confirm the kill on them quite easily, like I will do right here. It's pretty simple. Lift them up, 1 volley of hyperspheres, free kill on a squishy, right there. But the squishies you want to be targeting are the ones usually low HP, 200 HP, and preferably without stuns. So McCree is not obviously your ideal target, but there are ways to play around it. For example, if you pre-shield in the air, the flashbang is blocked by the shield, and they can't kill me. They can't stun, and I get free kills off of that. Because they can't stun me out of the ult, I can hit a volley of hyperspheres, and then they die. So definitely want to be going for squishies. You know, avoid McCree, May, and other heroes that can stun you in the air. And the Hypersphere Volley that you cast in the air should always be onto the target, because you can see their health bars after the lift up, because it does 50 damage, so you can see their health bars. You always want to be using the Hypersphere Volley on the target you know you can confirm the kill on. Because you can see their health bars, you get 50 from the slam, 110 from the volley, and usually around 100 from the slam. So that's plenty of damage to kill a squishy target. And then after slam follow-up, the cool thing about Sigma's ult is that you can actually, here, let me hide this. Some people don't know, is that you can actually fire off multiple volleys of hyperspheres during your ult. So there's a lot of follow-up damage that can be done. So if you hold left click after casting your ult, you'll instantly cast a volley. You can cast another one. You can cast 3 volleys, basically. Although it's harder to aim because you're less patient. But let's say this Lucio. 1, 2. That's 2. But here, let me get a third. 1, 2, 3. If you, I'm obviously, it's harder to aim because you have to be less patient. You kind of have to pre-aim. There you go. That's better. The first volley is hard to hit because you're casting it during the lift ups. Second volley is easier because they're in the air, and the third volley is the easy. I'd say the easiest because they are. The Sigma's ult has a short duration where they're slammed into the ground. They can't move. They get a really reduced movement. So you can use that third volley to confirm the kill while they're in that state. 1. Here. Let's do it again. One more time. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So that's my 3 main tips with Sigma's ult. And then basically after you use your ult, you always want to make sure you're not dying. So after you use your ult, you know, you get your big slam. But if these McCrees are targeting me, always fall to the ground with a kinetic grasp if you can, just because you might be getting shot at during your ult. So you want to be you know, making sure you don't die, just because obviously a flying target's much easier to hit than a standing still one. So, but other priorities with Sigma's ult is because you can cast it so far away. Cast it here, peek for a volley, hide back down. But because you can cast it so far away, it's super easy to just usually. You want to just fly away, turn around for the volley, and then turn back around. Because in those moments where you're just in here, you're basically just AFK in the sky. So what you should be doing, just like it's kind of like Winston's jump, where you're AFK, you can't really do anything. So you should turning around to hide your head hitbox, and only turning around when you actually need to hit a volley. Unless you know, of course, you're safe, which is a very important thing. So, what else did I miss? Yeah. So, you should be looking for large groups if you can. The thing is with Sigma's ult, it's very tempting if you want to, you know, find, oh, there's like 1 million people here, right? And you want to get them all in your ult, and you want to kill them all, right? But the thing is, in some situations, this obviously isn't the most realistic situation because it's AI, but in ranked, you know, you see a lot of Moiras and Annas, like a lot of high burst healing capability. So if you lift up multiple people, you know, sometimes it's hard to focus down one. Whereas if you go for like the backline, the enemy backline, you get the squishy characters, 1 volley, and you can usually confirm a kill. Because the thing is, some people just ult tanks because they can, right? They're big and they have fat health pools and you want to do that extra slam damage. But in reality, you can actually confirm a kill onto a squishy target much easier with Sigma's ult. So that's the main priority, is don't go for tanks, unless, of course, you know, obviously if your Ana hits a big anti, you can hit them with the Sig ult, and then make sure they can't, you know, get healed and everything. But I always usually try to prioritize squishies if I can. That's why I like playing Sigma into Reinhardt, is because usually when you're playing Reinhardt, it's a death ball comp, so you get huge value out of Sigma's ult. But yeah, I don't honestly think I have anything else. But yeah, so my main tips are, you know, don't die, confirm a kill, and, you know, just make sure you're baiting out important cooldowns so you don't lose your ult. So that's it. That's my Sigma guide on how to use his ultimate properly.